Friends, in last lecture we studied about that the structure of flower. So today we will start the next topic in the chapter, that is sexual reproduction in plants. So what is meant by sexual reproduction? The reproduction takes place by the fusion of gametes are called as sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved, that is male and female. During sexual reproduction, two major events are takes place, that is meiosis for the formation of gametes, and after formation of gametes the gametes are fused togetherly and they form a diploid structure that is called as zygote. In plants, at the end of vegetative or juvenile phase, it marks begins the reproductive phase, and in higher plants it takes place at the time of flowering. When the progeny are obtained during sexual reproduction, it shows variation than parents, and these variation are helpful for the evolution of organisms. So today we will discuss about that which events are takes place in sexual reproduction. Actually, the all events of sexual reproduction are distinct in three categories or in three stages. First, pre-fertilization, second, fertilization stage, and third, post-fertilization stage. Okay, so the sexual reproduction completed in three stages, that is pre-fertilization, second fertilization, and third post fertilization. Okay, during pre-fertilization the following events are takes place. First, microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis means that is the formation of pollen grains, because pollen grains are called as microspore. Second, megasporogenesis. That is the formation of embryo sac. So embryo sac are called as megaspore. Third, the formation of male gametophyte. And in male gametophyte the male gametes are developed. Fourth, the formation of female gametophyte. Female gametophyte are the embryo sac, and the embryo sac which contain female gametes. And next are the pollination. These are all events are takes place before the fertilization. So hence these are all events are called as pre-fertilization events, or the pre-fertilization events, or that is called as pre-fertilization stage. Next is fertilization. During fertilization, after formation of gametes, the fusion of gametes takes place. And forms diploid zygote. So what is done in fertilization? During fertilization, the fusion of gametes are takes place, that is both gametes, male gamete and female gametes, and form diploid zygote. This process are called as fertilization. And after fertilization, the following events are takes place, that is called as post fertilization events. So what is done in after fertilization? So first is embryogenesis. Embryogenesis, that is the formation of embryo. Formation of embryo. Second, the development of endosperm. Development of endosperm. Endosperm. And last, the formation of fruit and seeds. Okay, so these are all events are takes place in sexual reproduction. Okay, so before we start the discuss about the all events in detail, first of all we are studied about that the structure of anther. Okay, so next topic is the structure of anther. Okay, you know very well that the anther, it is a fertile part of stamen, and stamen or gynoecium, it is a male reproductive whorl in flower. So next topic is structure of anther. Anther, the male reproductive whorl are called stamen or gynoecium. Okay, the stamen consists three parts. Stamen consist three parts, that is anther, filament and connective. Anther, filament and connective. So what is anther? Anther, it is a fertile part of stamen. Anther, it is a fertile part of stamen. When the anther consists two lobes are called dithecous anther. That is called as tetrasporangiate anther. What is the tetrasporangiate? Because each lobe of anther consists two pollen sac. Means in dithecous anther the two lobes are present, means four pollen sac are present. So hence it is also called as tetrasporangiate anther, means that is it contain four pollen sacs. Hence it is called as tetrasporangiate anther. For example, in Datura plant, the tetrasporangiate anthers are occur. Okay. Next, when the anther consists only one lobe is called monothecous anther. Okay, and that is called as bisporangiate anther. Why it is also called as bisporangiate anther? Because it contain two pollen sac. to pollen sac. For example, this type of the anther are found in plant that is China rose. China rose. It is a hibiscus plant. China rose hibiscus plant. Okay. The two lobes of anther are, for example, these are the two lobes of anther are connect with each other by parenchymatous tissue. They are called as connective. Okay, this is the structure of anther. This is the structure of anther. And these are the lobes of anther. Lobes of anther. It is a connective and the stalk-like structure are called as filament. Okay, so the connective helps to connect the lobes of anther, okay. So this is the information about that, the structure of anther. After that, the next point is TS of anther. Okay, so the TS of anther shows TS of anther. The TS of anther shows two main parts. TS of anther shows two main parts. First, anther wall, and second, microsporangium. That is called as pollen sac. So first of all, we will discuss about that, the anther wall. The mature anther wall consists 4 layers. The mature anther wall consists 4 layers. First, outer layer are called as epidermis. Second layer are called as endothecium. The next layer are called as middle layer, and the last one is tapetum. Okay, so first epidermis. Epidermis, it is a outermost layer of anther wall. Okay, second point, it is made up by single layer of flattened or flat cells. And third point, it is protective in function. Means the function of epidermis are protection. Okay, so it is protective in function. Again, I repeat, epidermis, it is the outermost layer of anther wall. Second point, it is made up by single layer of flattened cells. And third, it is protective in function. So at the inside of epidermis, the another single layer, this is epidermis. Inside the epidermis, the single layer present, that is called as endothecium. Inside the endothecium, 1 to 2 layer of parenchymatous cells. 1 to 2 layer or 1 to 3 layers of parenchymatous cells are called as middle layer. Inside the middle layer, the innermost layer present, that is called as tapetum. Okay, inside the tapetum, the sporogenous cells or the sporogenous tissues are present, and these sporogenous cells or the sporogenous tissue develop tetrad pollen grain inside the pollen sac. inside the pollen sac. Okay, these are tetrad pollen grains, and these tetrad pollen grains present in develops inside the pollen sac. Okay, the two lobes of anther are connect with each other by parenchymatous tissue. They are called as connective. Connective. These structure are called as pollen sac. Inside the pollen sac, this porogenous tissue are present, and this porogenous tissue develops the tetrad pollen grain. Tetrad pollen grains. Okay, so we are discuss about that the endothecium. Endothecium it is present inside the epidermis. Epidermis. It is a single layer are made up by. It is a single layer are made up by radially elongated cells with fibrous radially elongated cells with fibrous thickening. So which is made up by callus. Fibrous thickening made up by callus, and the function of this layer are the fibrous thickening and hygroscopic nature of radially elongated cells or endothelial cells are helpful for the dehiscence of anther at maturity. Okay, so I again repeat about endothecium. It is present inside the epidermis. Second point, this layer is made up by single layer of radially elongated cells with fibrous thickening. In bracket it is made up by callus, and the fibrous thickening and hygroscopic nature of endothelial cells helpful for the dehiscence of anther at maturity. Okay, inside the endothelial, the middle layer are present. Means middle layer are present inside the endothecium. Inside the endothecium. Second point, it is made up by 1 to 2 layers of parenchymatous cell. Parenchyma cells. And third point, this layer disintegrate or degenerate after the development of pollen grain. Means this layer disintegrate after the development of pollen grain. Okay, so the innermost layer of anther wall is tapetum. So tapetum it is a innermost layer of anther wall. And what is the functions of tapetum? The tapetum perform three main functions. First, tapetum provide nutrition for sporogenous tissue for the growth and development of pollen grain. Second main function of tapetum is tapetum helpful for the formation of sporopollenin. Sporopollenin, it is a chemical component of the outer wall of sporoderm, that is called as exine. Okay, and third, this tapetum helpful for the secretion of enzyme callase. So which are the main functions of tapetum? First function, tapetum provide nutrition for sporogenous tissue for the growth and development of pollen grains. Second, tapetum helpful for the formation of sporopollenin. Sporopollenin, it is a chemical component of the outer layer of sporoderm that is exine, and third, tapetum secrete enzyme callase. So this is total information about that anther wall. The next part is sporangium or pollen sac. In anther, each pollen sac contain archisporial cells. These archisporial cells develop porogenous tissue. These porogenous tissue are also called as microspore mother cells, or they are also called as pollen mother cell. Microspore mother cell, or they are also called as pollen mother cell. And this porogenous tissue or these porogenous cells undergo meiosis and form 4 haploid cells. Undergo meiosis because these porogenous cells are diploid in nature. And they undergo meiosis. They form 4 haploid cells. These 4 haploid cells are called as pollen grains. Okay, and these pollen grains are called as microspores. Pollen grain are called as microspores, and these diagram are called as tiers of anther. Okay, so today we will discuss about that which events are takes place in the sexual reproduction. Okay, next topic is structure of anther, and last one is tiers of anther. Friends, if you like my lectures, please subscribe and share it. Thank you.